Mount Tallac is one of the tallest peaks in the Desolation Wilderness and area. It is, actually. So that's probably Tallac Peak, but notice it's all really connected. It's all part of the same little range running through here, so easy for a Bigfoot creature to go from one peak to the next. And you know, even with all kinds of people, it gets very primitive over there where you get maybe one hiker a day that might go up and through there to climb those peaks, and a bunch of hikers that come back here to these lakes and also to scale Cathedral Peak or Mount Tallac. But these peaks are massive. Anything could be hiding in the woods or sitting up on a plateau might be a little den, and these creatures may be able to sustain themselves looking below at Lake Tahoe, wondering why humans are so cruel. They'll never reveal themselves because, you know what, they're afraid. They were almost hunted to extinction in the Sierras by the natives. Back then they stole women and children, and you know, women were, you know, you're giants, so you're dominant apex predator. And you know, it's possible, I mean, even scientists and some cryptozoologists agree that maybe women and these primate-like creatures may have mated, you know, to keep their species going or alive. That's why some have very human-looking features, but long hair, you know. And I consider them tribal, a lost tribe that hides in a vast region like this. But, you know, we have to look at things with an open mind, you know, and we can debate healthy. You know, nobody has to call each other names, but people do. And they just sound so unintelligent, and then they wonder why I tell them, you know, stick it to them. You know, honesty is a good policy, and, you know, if you're going to insult my reputability and integrity without even knowing the man that I am and the father that I am and the hard work that I do, then you truly are a lost soul. You know, you're just a sheeple. You're just, you know, a sheep. And, you know, you don't have your own mind to use common sense and think with an open mind. Rather, you look at everything closed-minded. And, you know, you could be on the brink, we could be on the brink of a major discovery. Tammy got bit by an insect we've never seen in our lives. That could have been a new species of insect. You know, so cryptozoology isn't just about Bigfoot. It's also about, you know, insects and plant species. And, you know, so exploring and, you know, obviously being meticulous and paying mind to things will get you seeing things that, you know, you never thought were possible. Like UFOs and aliens and flying creatures. Like, you know, we've chased the Jersey Devil and Bigfoot all through the years. We're veterans at what we do, because what we do is we're always going out and investigating, exploring. You should never stop. And I don't think I could ever stop. But there's some secluded country back here. Looks like they had a little bit of a forest fire. I've seen some burnt logs, and while others I've seen look like people had started fires back here. Anyways, I'm out of here. I gotta focus on hiking, and they're pulling ahead. Beautiful Lake Tahoe. We also have beautiful Lake Tahoe. A lot of boats out. If you look at this rim, the Tahoe rim, which is basically goes all around Lake Tahoe, but that's the Carson Range. And you have Eagle Valley and Carson Valley on the other side. Bigfoot roams. The population of Bigfoot in the Carson Range you see over here is very high. We found tracks, the Bigfoot encampment. It's very, you know, it goes all the way up to 11,000 feet, and there's areas man hasn't never been in that Carson Range. There's other peaks that people have summited, but, you know, if you want to bushwhack and go into some canyon, climb some cliff, and end up on some plateau, and you find some tracks up there that have toes and are 20-something inches long, you kind of got to be suspicious. You can't dismiss that type of evidence. But you can see, I mean, this is a zoomed-in view of Fallen Leaf Lake and Lake Tahoe. Sorry, I should have zoomed out a little, but you can see, you know, this is a bomb-ass hike. lakes. I mean, today I've seen 4 or 5 lakes, multiple peaks. It's just, I mean, it's amazing. It really is amazing. What? I catch up to you guys. Oh, and my video I was filming, I want to talk about Carson Range. I was just tell everybody, when you hike along the Tahoe Rim Trail, part of it's the flume trail, where they used to bring the logs via flume down to Carson, and then they would ship those logs to Virginia City to be used in the mines and the building of the city. But these flumes, I guess, and one of the Comstock miners went down in the flume, and it was like a, you know, it was like a 10-mile water slide from hell. You know, we're going like 40 miles an hour, whipping through the mountains in a flume with logs. And we went on the flume trail, captured a UFO, had a Bigfoot sighting back there. And so earlier in my video, I was showing you guys Job's Peak and Friel Peak. And those areas up in the rim have, for some reason, a lot of Bigfoot activity. But, you know, in the Carson Range, you know, it's easy for them to go from that range back into the desolation wilderness in the warmer months, because they may have to migrate so that they can continue to thrive and eat food. And so it's rather interesting to study these creatures. I mean, you can really learn a lot from our videos and our research, and not from television. There's no skits, but you can learn from me, and you can take my information, you can take it to the bank. It's pretty accurate. So I mean, I've been doing research for a very long time, and a lot in this region of the Sierras. So we've been researching this region because we're doing a Bigfoot study project, and it's ongoing, hundreds of man hours. So the trail widens because we're almost back to the Jeep, and then we're going to go visit the historic part of this trail or area. So you guys get a little bit of history today, outdoors. Well, not much strangeness, but you know, you're coming along with me on a journey where Bigfoot is very prevalent in this area. I mean, nationally. Anyways, we'll be back with more footage. Got some hikers behind me, so it's time to cut the film since we're almost back at the Jeep. And I'll see you next time. Peace.